1 week ago, Waldo Monteith, the Minister of National Health and Welfare, first announced that some of the flu prevalent in Canada was Asian flu. From Ottawa, Arthur Blakely reported.
Here are some of the points that Mr. Monteith made. Asian flu has been detected in Alberta, BC, Ontario, and Quebec. No figures available. In addition, there have been scattered outbreaks of an influenza-like disease in other areas. Pending tests, it is thought that the new Asian virus may be partially responsible for these outbreaks. In Canada, as elsewhere, the Asian form of influenza has proved very mild and comparatively harmless, but it spreads rapidly, and experience elsewhere indicates that ultimately between 10 and 15% of Canada's population may be affected. By the end of next year, Canada will have produced some 600,000 doses of vaccine. Distribution is due to start next month. Since there isn't enough for everyone, key personnel and essential services will be the first to be immunized. I've learned, by the way, that this doesn't apply to Prime Minister Diefenbaker, members of his cabinet, MPs, or senators. Because of the coming royal visit, however, members of the Governor General's staff will be vaccinated.
In Montreal, key medical workers got vaccine as reports of flu came in from other cities. Ontario's chief medical officer, Dr. W.G. Brown, told CBC reporter Joe Gibson that Asian flu was present in Sudbury.
Dr. Brown, there have been outbreaks of flu in many parts of Ontario, but the Sudbury epidemic is possibly the worst of them all. I understand that you now have test results on patients from Sudbury.
That is right. Our technicians, as of today, have isolated Asian strain of virus in specimens submitted from Sudbury in 2 instances.
Does this mean that all of the cases in the Sudbury area are Asian flu?
We cannot make that conclusion. We can only say that Asian flu, type of flu, is there, probably associated with other types of infections as well.
Then how serious is the Sudbury epidemic?
The outbreak has been rather typical. Approximately 6,500 to 7,000 cases in a population of 75,000. That is about 10%, and is the expected percentage in such an outbreak.
The worst is over in Sudbury. The most serious current outbreak at Calgary, Alberta. Reuben Hahn of CHCT-TV reports.
The flu situation here in Calgary is described as having reached epidemic proportions. However, so far, none of the cases in this city has been described of the Asian flu variety. This school, Western Canada High, is perhaps representative of local schools with a high rate of absenteeism. Not only the students are failing to come to classes, but on Monday, 76 Calgary teachers were down with a mild type of flu. This has, of course, created a serious teacher shortage. Despite mounting absenteeism, however, officials are not planning to close down schools. Mr. Ward Steckel, principal of this Western Canada High, has this comment to make on the current epidemic.
A very large number of our pupils have been affected by flu up to this point. Just now, about 2/3 of the pupils are absent. And it has affected the teachers, too. Yesterday, 20 of our teachers were unable to come to school and meet their classes. However, we are, as you suggest, carrying on, and we hope that we will be able to continue to do so.
Flu, Asian or otherwise, is appearing all over the world. CBC's correspondent Charles Lynch reports from the United Nations on the world picture.
The latest from the World Health Organization is encouraging. The number of Asian flu cases is decreasing in the place where it all started, in Asia, and also in the Middle East and in parts of Africa. But it's increasing in South and Central America. In North America and Europe, the spread of the virus is said to be slower than it was during the summer. But everybody is vulnerable. At least 10 outbreaks have been reported in the United States, from Massachusetts to Florida to the state of Washington and up into Alaska. Vaccine production is slow. Here in New York, key civic workers are being vaccinated, firemen, policemen, and hospital workers, the idea being to prevent a possible breakdown in essential services.